Welcome friends, and ik grahak prashan uta me apka swagatai, which apparently, according to our beg, is welcome to another subscriber question and answer in Hindi. But he can be the judge of whether or not I've done a good job at all. I'm guessing on this one I haven't, and I haven't had a Google Translate somebody talking to me, so I can't even guess as what the pronunciation should be. So, the first question comes from McProlv. He says, what do you think of COD Advanced Warfare? And for this reason, I'm putting COD in the background with the gameplay. So I've only been playing it for a few days, and it also took me about 3 days fully to download the whole thing, but that was over about 4 or 5 days I was actually downloading the thing. So yeah, it's got a lot to live up to. Okay, so first of all, I really like the aesthetic of it. I really like futuristic games, and some of the helmets, like the Bloodlust helmet that I've unlocked, look a lot like the Ghost in the Shell series. It's an anime series, which is really one of my favourite series. And yeah, I really like the way it looks and all the guns and all the sci-fi-ness of it. And that's the biggest reason of why I bought it. And also because it was on a sale for GTA games. I'm not sure if you've heard of them, but they have these PayPal sales quite often. And I bought it for £17, which was a really good price. So, I haven't played an arena game for a while, since UT and Quake and all that. And I haven't really played any COD games since the first Modern Warfare. And it is a bit refreshing to play one of these games where it's just hectic and you're running around trying to get kills, and it's not the same as Planetside 2. The maps are tiny. They're really tiny. It's so easy to just go from one end to the other. Some of the weapons are quite interesting. They've got laser beam technology, and there's loads of attachments, just like Battlefield 4 or whatever. Some bad points I've seen is that, like Battlefield 4, this happens also. When a team's losing, all the players seem to shift over to the winning team, the best players even. Like, I had a lot of games where there were really low ranks on one side, and then really high ranks on another side. And for me, I'm quite good at FPS games in general, so I generally do okay. I'll either get 1-to-1 KD or get higher, and a lot of the time I can come up on top of my team. But I can see how it'd be frustrating for the players that maybe aren't so skilled in the FPS front, and that they get stuck on the bad team, basically, and everyone stacks the good team with the high skilled players, which just isn't fair. And it's the same with Battlefield as well, and it's quite annoying actually that people do that. Another problem I found is that the mouse sensitivity seems to be really odd. Like, you can either set it one setting, and that seems quite high for my mouse. It's a lot higher than I have it for Planetside, and that's the lowest setting you can set it before it gets unusably low. And there's like no in between that, and there's only the tiniest bit I've got on the mouse setting. I don't want to say too much because I haven't played enough of it to give a real full experience or review or anything. But yeah, I'm having fun on it. It's different. It's not the same as Planetside, it's just more hectic. I think I will play some more of it, but I don't know how much I will play it. Coley says, can you imagine that VIB play in Com Clash or those community clashes? I think that VIB haven't played officially in the Com Clashes, but they've played in the VIB haven't yet gone into Com Clashes or anything like that. They have done the server smashes though, and well, as a lot of people do, and they do public pickups, but that's randomised. So when the VIB people go in, they're not a full team; they just get mixed together. But they might do the community clash. I'm not sure. Or maybe the Farmers League if they ever get invited. I don't know. Donutter 2012 says, "What's your favourite way to play Infiltrator?" I really love playing the Infiltrator with the Stalker Cloak and just literally following people around and shooting them with the Commissioner. It's pretty epic. I quite like having the snipers like the Ghost and the ASR, and having a small scope on it and using it with an Infiltrator as well, and just getting headshots. That's quite fun. And SMG infiltrating is okay, but it's not massively my thing. I prefer on the Infiltrator the scout rifles. I quite enjoy them, and I really like the Artemis. It's quite a fun weapon. But basically being really sneaky, I really like flanking people with the Infiltrator and being sneaky and going in and getting a few kills and trying to run off again and hide and cloak away. Chakote99 says, I think the world may end in war in 10 to 20 years from now. What do you think? Well, I really hope it doesn't end in war. But it is always something to think about, that nuclear weapons are in the hands of the Russian government and other governments that aren't massively stable, and it's quite scary, really, that they could be utilized in the future. But I don't think that the world would end in a conventional war as we know it. There may be a nuclear war, but I think that unless somebody goes a bit mad and fires them off, I don't think they'll ever actually be used. Also, I think that people being connected by the internet more, and across the Western world at least, and a lot of the rest of the world, people know that everyone across the seas aren't too different. There's not the same... I mean, there is nationalism, and it exists in a lot of countries, but I think it'd be hard for that nationalism to pass through unchecked as it did before, just because everyone can see the outside of their countries now. You can see basically the internet just opens up the whole world to you, and you can see what's happening everywhere. But who knows, let's hope not. Tom1784 says, I can't play Planetside anymore. I suddenly have high ping. Do you know of any other good free-to-play games? I'm not sure, to be honest, matey. I haven't played lots of free games in a while. Obviously I play a bit of Dota, and LoL's free-to-play. I know that Warframe is very popular, and I haven't actually played it yet. And War Thunder and World of Tanks are all very popular games that are free-to-play. I think those ones as well, because they're so popular, I assume that they must be fairly balanced to not be pay to win, basically. That's the thing that you've got to watch out for in free-to-play games. Oh yeah, and I guess Team Fortress 2 is also free-to-play. But to be honest with you, I haven't played like the free-to-play scene massively for a little while. MLab asks, do you use zoom toggle on Planetside 2 infantry combat, and why or why not? And yes, I do use the toggle now, because I've weaned myself off of the other aiming method. I can't remember what it's called. It's like hold down aiming, just because I think that it's probably much easier to just click once and be able to aim and move your mouse freely than it is to hold down your right click. And I don't think it's probably a massive difference, but at the end of the day, every little helps when you're trying to get your aim up. So yeah, I've started using the aim toggle, and I think it's probably the better way to go. Just that, and then it does take a while to get used to clicking and clicking off. CrowGamerHD, you mad bro, says, do you have brothers or sisters? I actually have 2 sisters, and they're both younger than me, and they're both very lovely. Donny Gu says, Zuyi Wanda means Monday Q&A in Chinese. Say it like, oh, here we go. Zhou. So, Zhou Yi Wenda. Oh. Oh, okay, so it's Zhou Yi Wendy. Apparently. I just thought I'd add that one because I've already done the Mandarin. I think, unless that is Cantonese, is the second language. But it sounds very similar to the one that I did before. Nick Perriera says, why did you decide to start a YouTube channel? So I first started doing a YouTube channel ages and ages ago whilst I was playing a game called Star Wars Galaxy's Emulator, and the reason I started it was just to start capturing the battles we had, the PvP, because the PvP scene was very small and you need to sort of like get people involved in that side of the game, really. Why did I start doing it more recently now and doing commentaries and stuff? Basically I just wanted to get more confident and just have something to do and something to get on with in my days whilst I was basically unemployed and feeling pretty down, and it's helped a lot, to be honest, and the community's helped, so yeah, thank you everyone. Andy Dye asks, am I your top fan? And actually, when you go onto the YouTube, there's something called youtube.com/audience, and then you go to fan section, and it ranks people by how much they engage with your channel. And actually, Andy, you are #1 engaging on my channel, followed closely by Dark Elf Druid, and then third Kamikaze78, then Mukas, then Rel, and then McProl after that. So yeah, you technically are the first one, Andy, and you obviously do comment a lot, and I notice it. So yeah, and thanks for being with my channel for so long. Okay, that's all the questions for this week. If you want to ask another question next week, be sure to put it in the comments below. I'm going to do the next intro in Swedish because Benjamin Gottfridsson also put it in this video, and he's actually gone to a lot of trouble to explain Swedish to me, so I'll do this one for him. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it, subscribe if you want to see more of me and hear more of me, and thank you all very much for watching. Until next time everyone, Joshino.